Hi everyone, welcome back. Well, our season is getting towards the end now, and there's people in the district starting to cut hay. Well, a lot of the hay has already been cut, and the crops are just starting to change colour a little bit as everything dries off. Now, this is a little bit earlier than usual. Normally we don't start cutting hay until the beginning of October, so people have been cutting now for a good week and a bit actually. So everything is changing quite fast here at the moment. I know there's still people in South Australia who are desperate for rain and really feeling the pinch now because they just haven't had anything at all. We went out and with Dave a couple of weeks ago from Naracoorte, who sent us over some video showing him running his sheep down the road for a feed. He's one of the luckier ones. He's had a bit of rain, so we're just going to go over and have a quick catch up and see how he's going now. He's feeling a little bit better about things and starting to get ready for looking at doing some hay. So we're going to go and have a chat with him now.
Well, I just thought I would just update the Brookdale viewers who watched my video when we were putting sheep on the road. So that was the very last day we actually grazed the roadside, and our situation has dramatically turned around. I'd say we're still running from rain to rain, but we've got a fair... You know, things have improved an awful lot since that time, and to the point where I really didn't think we would be making hay this year. And today I'm actually going to be winter cleaning some lucerne pasture, which we do every year just to take out the grasses and the cape weed, and just to get the pasture or the lucerne to become dominant in the pasture for hay. So we do this with chemicals, and it's surprising how, in actual fact, the lucerne production way exceeds anything once the competition has been controlled. I never thought we'd see it this year. I thought we were going to go a year without cutting hay. But I'm going to set the paddock up for hay. It's been quite interesting. It's been grazed out by sheep pretty heavily, and I just thought I'd give you that little update. So just at the moment I've got the spray unit filling. We've got a very simple spray unit. We really are only graziers. This one's in shares with a neighbour, and it's just a 1200 litre tank, a very basic, simple 30-foot boom, and a very basic controller. Nothing in the cab. We just set and go, set our speed, set our pressure, and go. So it's calibrated, running at about 100 litres to the hectare. We're going to be using rainwater. We find here that our local water, the pH, is so high it affects any herbicide you use, and whenever we can we use rainwater. It just seems to work so much better. The tractor I'm using is a Ford 7700. I think it's about a 1978 or 1980 model. In its day it would have been an extremely classy machine, and it's got high hours, done about 12,000 hours, and I don't know its history at all. I bought it from a neighbour when they retired, but it really suits our small farm here. So for the chemicals we use for winter cleaning, there are some variants around. Different farmers use different chemicals, but essentially the base is spray seed. Spray seed's a real burn off chemical, and very effective in this work. There is some resistance building up to it, and I've run into a bit of that trouble here, but essentially spray seed is the key one. Secondly, is Cavalier or Gold. The label's gone a bit daggy on this container and now it's empty. So that just is really good on the broad leaf. It's very helpful just to knock out the marshmallow and any nettles that are in sheep camps and things like that in the paddock. And also it just helps to spike up a bit for the capeweed. I also add a surfactant to the brew, and this just helps get a good coverage of chemical on the weeds, and just aids the herbicides to do their work a bit better, and just to get a better result. We might do another application later on the time right dates, and time right is a program you can get onto, and it's set by the daylight hours and the latitude of your property, and you can spray a couple of days either side of the date that's time right for your district, and that just kills the last hatching of red-legged earth mite before they lay their eggs that'll hatch in the following season. This drastically reduces the red-legged earth mite load on your pastures as they emerge in the autumn the next year. So really at this early stage we're just looking at initial brown off, and this time tomorrow it'll even look more effective. Well, it's now been about 48 hours since I sprayed the lucerne paddock for hay, and as I turn the camera around you can see the difference. There's been quite an effective brown off, and the chemicals are doing their job, just burning off the capeweed and grasses and the rubbishy species that are in the lucerne pasture, and it's just going to give the lucerne a chance to become dominant to make better quality hay. Just thought people that watched the earlier video might be interested just to see how effective this program actually is. So you can just see here, I'll just show you a bit closely. There's a lucerne plant there, grazed down very close. Another one here, and you can just see the weeds have just all turned up. Everything's turned up. And we may not kill them all completely, but we're certainly going to give the lucerne a good chance to become dominant in the pasture, which of course just makes for better quality hay, and that's really what we're looking for, as good a quality hay as we can get. I just thought I'd just take a little bit of a video of this paddock here of lucerne this isn't mine, but it's nearby my place, and this one had a winter cleaning probably about 3 weeks ago, maybe 4 weeks ago, and it's not for hay, but it's for finishing lambs later on, and the winter cleaning of course takes out the grasses and other things, so you've got fairly pure lucerne, and so there'll be no grass seed problems for the lambs. It's really just a pleasure to see a really well managed stand of lucerne. So that's what can be achieved by doing a winter clean, and it really increases production and really makes the stand of lucerne perform well. Despite this turnaround, we're still really working from rain to rain. There's very little moisture in the bank, but if the spring rains continue to come, we'll be able to cut some hay and sell our lambs quite well, and it'll turn out to be an okay season despite the fact we've had some extra costs with buying in fodder and grain. So I just thought your viewers, Jeffrey, would be perhaps interested just to have that bit of an update. But there are still regions who are struggling, and I've got a friend in the Adelaide Hills. There are some very dry regions in the Adelaide Hills, and he's called this season. He said no matter what happens now, it's too late, and he's actually sold all his sheep, just so he just doesn't have to bother about feeding and the stress of looking after sheep when he's got to go to work every day. So we just hope, Jeffrey, that your season over at your place in WA works out okay for you, for your crops, your hay and your sheep and your cattle, and we just look forward to the updates that just keep on coming from Brookdale Farm.
Anyway, that was something a little bit different. Thanks very much to Dave for letting us catch up with what he's doing. I hope you've all enjoyed this little video. Thanks very much for watching, and I hope to see you again next time. Bye!